From Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao,
serving the hottest and the most leading news of the hour.
revealing, not hiding.
This is 99.9 Chem Radio.
AZs
AZs.
in the afternoon. A pleasant afternoon to everyone. Today is the 7th day of December 2021.
This is Zarina Ojeda.
And this is Araiza Ozer.
And you're listening to 99.9 Chem Radio.
AZs
AZs.
in the afternoon.
For our headline,
For today's news, pornography, especially child pornography, here in the Philippines.
pero wait lang. This is a topic that some might, find triggering or sensitive. Please be open-minded and no judgment. But I think some of us here already know or have watched videos containing such informations. But by what means do we watch these kinds of videos? For more knowledge or information or just sexual excitement?
Ano nga ba ang pornography? Baka hindi lahat alam kung ano ito. So, may kaunting information kami para dyan. Pornography is usually represented by sexual behaviors in books, pictures, statues, films, and other media platforms that to us intended to cause sexual excitement.
For more information, let's now call on Dr. Carissa Monteclaro.
Magandang hapon, Eliza and Zarina. So to continue the information you guys said earlier, pornography, often shortened to porn or porno, is the portrayal of sexual subject matter for the exclusive purpose of sexual arousal. A distinction could be drawn between uncensored, explicit, or hardcore erotic art and pornography. Pornography may be presented in a variety of media including magazines, animation, writing, film, video, and video games. Just like what Eliza said earlier, the term does not include live exhibitions like sex shows and striptease. The primary subjects of present-day pornographic depictions are pornographic models who pose for still photographs and pornographic actors who engage in filmed sex acts.
Excuse me po, quick question lang po, Doktora. What are the effects of the violation to the environment and the community?
Well, in the absence of other information, pornography can be the main source of a young person's sex education. Pornography is also associated with the unsafe sexual health practices such as not using condoms and unsafe anal and vaginal sex.
So, yung topic natin today, mainly about po siya sa pornography. Pero hindi lang sa pornography. Tukol rin siya sa child pornography na hindi lang sa ibang bansa nangyayari, pero pati dito sa Pilipinas. It may be because of poverty, that's why some do it.
The child pornography refers to any representation, whether visual, audio, or written combination, thereof by electronic, mechanical, digital, optical, magnetic, or any other means of a child engaged or involved in real or simulated explicit sexual activities.
Doktor, paano naman po dito? Yung sa child pornography. Ano po yung magiging effects of the violation to the environment and to the community?
For this one, existing child pornography may be used to desensitize children and normalize sexual activity in an effort by offenders to engage in sexual abuse or to create new child pornography. Child pornography can be the gateway to hands-on child sexual abuse or may be used by sex offenders to reduce their inhibitions and prepare themselves to offend.
Doktora, how did our authorities or our local government resolve this problem? And what law was violated?
Our government enforced a law which helped to resolve this problem, the Republic Act No. 9775, or also known as the Anti-Child Pornography Act of 2009. The act defines child pornography as any real or computer-generated Sexually explicit visual images that depict minors or actors who appear to be minors engaging in sexually explicit acts. Images that have been created or modified to portray an identifiable minor partaking in sexually explicit conduct are forbidden. The act also prohibits marketing pornographic material in a manner that suggests minors were involved in its production.
So, Doctora, those who violated this law can and will be imprisoned, right? What kind of punishments were given to the violators?
Well, yes, those violators can be convicted. A conviction could result in mandatory registration as a sex offender and a prison sentence of up to 25 years, depending on the severity of the crime. In addition, prosecutors are likely to charge child pornography offenders with additional related offenses as well. A violation of federal child pornography laws is a serious crime and the penalties are harsh. First-time offenders found guilty of producing child pornography are sentenced to between 15 and 30 years in prison. Individuals caught with child pornography on their personal computers receive prison time. Offenders may be prosecuted under federal or state law, or both. The punishment given to the violators of the Anti-Child Pornography Act of 2009 is a fine not less than 500,000 pesos but not more than 1 million pesos for the first offense.
Pero doktora, paano po yun kung hindi po na-report yung nag-violate or yung perpetrator? Can one still be safe? What can you suggest to prevent another person from doing the same violation?
It is of vital importance for parents to teach their children from a very young age, and for minors to understand how important it is to never talk to strangers online or befriend online people they don't know in the real world, not to upload any personal information online, and especially not to publish any pictures of oneself online. Child offenders approach children online and make friends with them with cunning tricks, misusing any information they can find for a child and for their sake.
Totoo po, Doktora. Sobrang nakakatakot po. Well, so it came to my attention that we're getting a lot of attention about this topic through our social media platform, especially on Twitter. Some fans or some of our viewers want to join our conversation to give their own suggestions and opinions for this matter.
For our first tweet from Ali Graves, sabi niya, continue to hold offenders accountable as technology enabling victimization of children through child pornography grows. So does the technology of law enforcement charged with fighting child pornography has new platforms, and yet there are people trained to infiltrate those platforms and hold offenders accountable.
Next, we have at OMG It's Direct Truth. Sabi niya, recognize that child pornography is a form of sexual violence. And like all sexual violence, it is preventable. In addition to holding offenders accountable, we have to take a hard look at the parts of our culture that enable and normalize child sexual abuse. In these classes, parents are also given tools to talk to their children about issues such as setting and respecting family boundaries, using proper names of body parts, being clear about the difference between okay and inappropriate touches, and explaining the difference between surprises and secrets.
Sunod naman, to si Justin_11. Sabi niya, support survivors. Believing a survivor is often the first step to them getting the support they need. A simple, thank you for telling me. Abuse survivors often experience post-traumatic stress disorders, substance abuse issues, anxiety, depression, and suicide attempts as a result of being abused. However, survivors can go on to lead happy and productive lives, and that starts with getting the help they need.
Next, we have at Bitchin' Rain. Sabi niya, preventing child sexual abuse. While child sexual abuse can be a crime of opportunity, oftentimes predators use intentional actions to manipulate and seduce children. Families and communities, in order to abuse children, hide their abuse and decrease the risks of being caught or stopped. You can help to prevent child sexual abuse in the following ways. First, be aware of grooming tactics used by predators. Second, educate yourself on the characteristics of predators. Third, build a strong and supported relationship with your child. Fourth, teach your child about body safety boundaries and consent, about the facets of healthy relationships. Fifth, tune in and be aware of who is interacting with your child in physical, for example, at school, during sports, at church, or where they hang out, and virtual spaces like online, during gaming, using apps, or texting.
Ayan. Thank you sa mga tweets and suggestion nyo guys. So, Dr. Cariza, may suggestion ka pa po ba before we end?
Meron po, konti lang naman ito. People possess child pornography for a multitude of reasons. Some started to look at it 15 years ago when they were a young teen and never stopped. The more we talk about the problem of child pornography in a rational manner that is not based in fear, the more we can enact prevention effort.
Thank you, Doctora, for that wonderful closing. So, yeah, that's all, everyone.
Stay safe, everyone. Remember the virus is still out there, so be cautious.
Once again, this is Zarina Ahena,
And this is Eliza Ozer.
serving you the hottest and the most leading news of the hour.
Again, this is 99.9 Chem Radio.
AZETs
AZs,
in the afternoon.
stay tuned for our next update.
And have a blessed day, everyone.
Bye-bye.